Hey everybody, Railroader Outdoors and more. Peace. Hey, just sitting out here in my garage and getting ready to tie up some worm harnesses. Um, they're going to be for Canada. September I'm going up to, hi Suki. We're going up to Canada up by Lake Nipigon, a town called Beardmore, Ontario. About 22-hour drive from here. But we're going up, we're going to go walleye fishing, and we tie up our own worm harnesses. So that's what I'm about to do. There's a bunch of different ways you can tie these things up. I'm going to do a couple snail hooks, and then I'll probably do a couple just normal style. So let's see if I can remember how to do a snailed hook, how to tie it. So first off, I want to measure out my line. I got this is 17-pound test mono, and what I normally do is I like to go anywhere from 3 to 4 foot long leaders. So, and I'm never consistent with this. You don't really have to be. You can tie them 2 foot, and you can tie them 36 inches, 42 inches, 48 inches, whatever you want. So got a hook here. That's I think that's a number 2, maybe a number 3. But we're going to take this line, we're going to run it right down in that eye hole, if I can see what I'm doing. Okay? And I'm going to hold it on there. Now I'm going to take this line, I'm going to wrap it around. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? 8 times. Now I'll take this. I think this is right. Take it back through the hole. So go back through the hole that way. Start pulling it. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. And pull it, cinch it. Oh yeah, so that worked. So, as you can see, snailed. You got a little bit of extra line here. You can trim that off if you want. So, now, with that being snailed like that, that should pull through the water nice and straight. Shouldn't be doing any twisting or anything like that. It should pull nice and straight. Tip that hook with the worm. So now we're going to add some beads. So beads, that's pretty important. There's a bunch of different sizes of beads. And I'm not going to lie to you, I always get them confused. So these here are super small. They're number 4s. Number 4 beads. Okay. I don't like number 4s. I like a step up, and I believe those are number 5s. But I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember if it's either going to be 3 or it's either going to be 5. Can't remember. So let's just see what else I got. I believe they're going to be 5s. So I'm going to start off with red. So what I like to do is I like to alternate. Go red, and then I'm going to go chartreuse. This is more of a milk chartreuse. Milk. Okay, and when I say milk, it's because there's also a clear chartreuse. I don't know if you can see that bead. Okay, see the difference? Well, you can probably see the difference if I can get my hands in there. So you got a milk in my fingertips right here. That's a milk, and then this one here is chartreuse. So chartreuse has got a little bit of a clear color to it. So I'm gonna go red, then I'm gonna go chartreuse. I'm gonna alternate that. So we'll go back to our red. And this red's almost like a fluorescent, kind of like the milk chartreuse. So what I'll do is do 5 beads like that. So you can see them. Do 5 beads that way. Okay. Got 3 of the, let's call it milk red and milk chartreuse. Now, the next process is to take a clevis. I call it a clevis. Some people call it something else, but this is a U-shaped clevis. I don't know how well you can see that. Okay. U-shape. Here, I'll put it on the table and just bear with me. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. Oh, yeah, this is great. Anyway, sorry about that. So that is a clevis. And what it does, goes in your blade. Maybe if my fat fingers would work. So it goes in your blade like that. Okay, there, you can see that clevis a lot better. So now make sure you pay attention. I've done this before, starting out, that you put your blade on the right way. So you want to start at the bottom, the underside of the blade, and go up and go through. There's 2 holes inside that clevis. So now we're just going to let it slide. Okay, so far that's the worm harness. Now, one thing I like to do, I add one more bead. And typically, I try to keep my color thing going. So I'm going to go back to a milk chartreuse. Don't ask me why I like to add one more bead. I just do. It's just something weird about me. So there. Add one more bead. Okay. All done. Now we got to tie either a snap or a swivel. Now, what's the benefit? Swivel, it's going to keep your line from twisting. A snap could potentially twist. And what I mean by twist is a snap is not going to allow that line to turn like a barrel swivel. So I personally am going to use some snaps because I got more snaps than I do. Well, look, I got a barrel snap. And this is what I mean by a snap. Okay, that's just a snap. Luckily, I got a barrel snap, so I'll go ahead and use that. Because I do like snaps better. I feel like that they're a little bit more durable. Now when I tie these, I just tie my old fishing knot, loop it through, wrap it around, I don't know, 6-7 times, something like that. And then I just go right back through. Okay, pull it tight. Okay, pull it tight. And then I would trim it off. So just want to there's that. Down to the barrel swivel. So, how do I store these? I used to work on a charter boat up on Lake Erie with Captain Tom Blue, Sequest Charters. Bless his soul. Rest in peace, Captain. Miss you dearly. I really do. I used to go up there every weekend. I used to first mate for him. I didn't work for anything but other than tips. Tips didn't always come my way. Just the way some people are. So, in order for me to offset my cost of having to drive 2 hours to Lake Erie and work, I started to make worm harnesses. And I found some charter captains preferred certain types, certain blades. So I started getting into just tying whatever they wanted. And I would tie up 100, 200 worm harnesses. And I would charge them $1.50 a harness, which is cheap, very cheap. I think I had maybe 60 cents involved, so I was making almost $1 per harness, which was good for me. So, you know, tie up 150, 200 harnesses, there's 150 bucks, 200 bucks. That would cover my cost for the weekend of being up at the lake, and then hopefully, you know, clients would give me a tip. So how do I store these? This is how I store them. And it made it so much easier. I could just hand the roll right to the charter captains. Pulled noodle. I prefer the hollow, and I prefer the ones that are split. This one was not split, and as you can see, I split it myself. So, another thing that you could do that makes life so much easier is you can go to Joann Fabrics, or you could go to Hobby Lobby, places like that, and get you a T-pin. The T-pin will allow you to put this on the pole noodle. So I'll see if I can do this with you watching. So you're just gonna take this T-pin, you know, put your snap swivel through there, okay, and voila. So there it is. Well, that didn't work too well. How'd I do that? Let's try that again. T-pin. Okay, there's T-pin. Okay. Now I'm just going to wrap it. Just wrap it around. You wrap it somewhat tight, not super tight, but tight enough. Okay. And I messed up already. This is probably, I did this backwards. I have to apologize. That's good though. So that way you don't make that mistake. So let's take that T-pin back out. Now let's use the hook first. Makes it a lot more easier. So I'm going to take the hook, stick the hook in there. That way you don't have to use two T-pins, because that would get expensive. Not that they are super expensive, but you know what I mean. So then, see, just got the hook in there. Now I'm going to take it and go around. Sorry this video is so long, but hopefully you stay long enough to watch it and figure things out. I hope it helps you. But I'm tying a bunch of these up for Canada. Like I said, we're going up there in September. This will save us a bunch of money. So as you can see, it's T-pinned, it's hooked, and I guess you could say that's a wrap. But hey, that's what I'm going to be doing here. It's kind of nice to sit in the garage, listen to some music, tie up some worm harnesses. That way I got them for Canada. Up there we like to back troll. I don't know if anybody's ever back trolled. Basically we go in reverse. It makes things a little bit easier. Use night crawlers on the worm harness. And I tell you, oh, let me talk about this. So also, some people, some of the guys I go with, what they like to do is they don't use a snap swivel. They'll make a loop. They'll tie a loop on the end, and then that way what they can do is they can pinch that loop together, and then they can run the loop through the egg sinker. And then when the loop comes through, then they take their swivel, and so that way the egg sinker is taken care of. That's your weight. I like using, because I have a lot of them, I like to use inline weights, and these are actually trolling weights. They're inline trolling weights. So that's what I like to use. I got different sizes. I got ½ ounce, I got 5/8, I got 3/4, I've got 1 ounce. I've also got a lot of the egg sinkers. That way, you know, I can use other harnesses. And then also got some rattle inline weights. These aren't all that heavy, but I've never actually used them, but I bought them, try them. So if you want, we'll tie up one more with the egg sinker style. Okay, so what I do is I just go stretch my arms out, and that's pretty much how I measure how long of a line I want. So I'll cut that. Let's do another snailed hook. So we're going to take our line, we'll run it through the eye hole, keep that line parallel with the shaft, and we're going to take this line and we're going to wrap it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we're going to take the end, we're going to run it back through the eye. So run it back through the eye. Okay, and then we're going to pull it tight. Watch that cinch up. There it is, snailed hook. So like I said, that should pull through the water nice and straight. So now let's go with gold. We're gonna do all gold, just because I know they like it up there. So we're gonna do all gold BBs, or whatever you want to call them. Let's put a red in the center. That's what I like about this. You can do all kinds of different colors, styles that you want. So, there we have it. Okay. Let's get our clevis. Whatever, I don't know what you want to call these. So I'm going to try a different style blade. This is kind of like a hammered, but it's a little different. So we're going to run the line through there. Okay. And do our 1 BB. So this is the part that the other guys up there like to do. They like to take it. Okay. I don't know how to make this knot. Can't remember how to make that knot. Basically, they take a loop like this. Let me see if this is it. It's been a while. 3 years exactly since last time I went to Canada. They tie it that way. So we got our loop. I'm gonna trim that off. I don't like that. It looks pretty bad. So there we got our loop. I don't know if that's the proper way how to tie that. It's kind of like a slip knot. That's what I did, but so that'll slide. So what these guys like to do is they like to pinch that loop together. Then they'll run that loop through the egg sinker. Well, maybe if I had a nice clean egg sinker, I'm gonna get a different one. There we go. There's a better. This is a 1/2 ounce. So we'll pinch this back together, run it through. Okay. Oh, I forgot this. One other key important element that I forgot to do. See, it's been a while, so they'll take and they'll put a BB. I don't know why I keep calling them BBs, but whatever. They're beads. Yeah. So they run that bead through there, okay? That way the egg sinker can't slip off. My bad, sorry. So they run it through there like that. Okay, this is also called, up in Lake Erie, it's a lot of people call it a weapon. So as you can see, there's another different style of how to do it. In case you don't have inline weights, you can use egg sinkers. So, and then you would just clip this to a swivel or a snap that's on the end of your line. So that's another way to tie one. So anyways, I hope it's educational. I hope it helps you. You know, if you go up to Lake Erie, you want to go fishing up there, it can be expensive buying tackle sometimes, and hopefully you get some time, you can tie up your own and save yourself a little bit of money. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but you know, tie up a whole bunch and sell them or whatever. I'm gonna tie these all up so me and my buddies have some walleye lures for up there. And where'd my T-pins go? Suki. I got Suki over here. She's like my little garage dog. Aren't you, Suki? So anyways, there's two. Once you get the pattern going, I know it was about a 21 minute video, but hopefully it's educational. Hopefully you learn something, and you know what? Good fishing. Enjoy it. Please share, like, subscribe, whatever. I'd like to get my numbers up. I need to start doing this a little bit more often. Pay attention, because tomorrow I'm going muskie fishing down Allen Creek, so hopefully I do something and can put a video out. But anyways, until then, good fishing and peace.